I mean, I think we did enough.
I need a small shot of whiskey for my throat. Can you get that for me? Please? Not like a full shot, but like, no.
No, let's go. Hey, Nick. Where's Nick? Oh, right here. Let's go.
He's got a funny hat is all I know. Where's Nick?
Go get your broom.
I don't even know if this broom does anything. Like, it's so worn down.
Are you leaving your bag in here? You bring it out, Tyler.
I'll be bringing it. It's right there.
Huh?
I'll be bringing it. I had 2 new ones. I really need to bring them here.
Dolan!
Save them for my league grilling.
I mean, it's not like when you come out, it's scratching pretty good.
How you doing?
I guess I must.
Can I have a milk crate?
Ribbing.
Rip.
Right.
All right. That's good, just like that, guys. Oops, you've done this before. Hey. Hey, you look like a trophy. Looking right at the camera, guys. One more. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. We got one more.
Drews? Drews, did you guys get your picture taken? Yeah, good talk.
Go get me a shot of whiskey.
As long as he makes his fucking shots.
He should have a shot of gin. He just won a bottle.
I'm talking about those shots.
Very much. Thank you.
So, do you guys need one other one, or you're okay?
No, we're all done.
Okay. We'll get them.
That's it, Chuck? Yep, that's it.
We're just waiting for the bagpiper.
After we win, I might have a shot. I'll take your weight.
Well, yeah, he was running late. So.
Trying to get the.
Eric's working on him.
Trying to get the cough to not cough.
It's getting warm in here.
It's more,
trying to get rid of the
Marty's trying to get rid of the
That's all.
Oh yeah, so nervous about being in the finals of the big Spiel.
No.
It's alcohol.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Shakes.
I had 1 beer in 2.5 hours
Today?
today.
All right, let's get them lined up. Thanks. How long before you're ready? Oh, okay. Let's get them lined up, guys. We're going to go this way.
They're good. Nice.
Sheet 8's at this end if you're on sheet 1. Well, sheet 8, if you're playing on sheet 8,
Oh, yeah.
you have it different now?
Wow.
What sheet are you guys playing on? Okay. So if you're playing on sheet 8, you're all the way to the end. If you're playing on sheet 1, you're down here because we're walking out that way.
It's just from cleaning the ice off on slide pad. But
Are you on sheet 3? Then you're way down here.
locker, but they're the different kind of pad. They're
Yeah.
what's his name?
What sheet are you playing on? And you're way at the other end. Yep, you're way at the other end.
Stick to the ice. They literally. His dad was from North Dakota before the Vikings were a team, so he was a Packer fan before.
Okay, that's fine.
He's never ridden for the Vikings.
Okay. Okay.
Nope, serendipitous. I'm not a guy that makes my girlfriend start to like sports.
That's me.
In the middle.
I didn't make her. It just worked out well.
I'd have to.
You guys are in the middle.
Started fudging up, what, like around 5 or 6?
No, they are in the middle. They're going to come behind us on sheet 5.
I'm going to have them come in at the end and then walk across.
Okay, that's fine too.
We want to give you a draw early on?
What sheet are you on? You're on sheet 3? So you would be start here on sheet 6, and then we'll walk down this way.
Tyler might get the
Wait,
draw.
wait, you're on sheet 3, so you're going to stand about here.
Guards, you can try and do. He like angle tapped it. Because you couldn't really get in the hole. That's what
Although I did in the
I don't know why.
I guess he wants you guys down at the end. Okay. Yep.
Willie,
They're at the end. They're going. He wants them at the end,
okay.
and then he's going to have them walk across into the center.
Okay.
What sheet are you guys?
5.
Okay, so you should. Yeah. Yep. Quiet.
So, you know, we met them years ago.
Told myself I wasn't going to cry. I did a toast and a.
We can go, right?
Yeah, as long as the bagpiper goes.
Website,
Yep.
right?
No, it's on TSN or whatever.
Now we gotta be nice.
Tens Network.
Yeah.
Yeah. We say some mean things.
10th end. Yeah.
But I mean, listen,
10th End Network.
Yeah.
Order's right, we're good.
Okay. Let's go then. In 2 days of a big spiel in a row.
We haven't been,
Yeah, that's all right.
we haven't been in the finals in 5 years, so.
No, that's not true.
Hey, thanks.
I think we should like. What would happen if like guy playing just absolutely did overtake at all? Rough look.
I always like this.
Get here, boys. Get in here.
Whoa! Wait! Whoa! Wait!
Oh, well. Just turn and burn.
Yep. Congratulations, guys.
Good luck.
Yep. Congratulations. Willie?
Thanks.
So after all of that, 18 states represented, 1 province. Only one? The hell? They're in the final. British Columbia, where are you? And 2 countries. Thanks everybody. Thanks to the ice makers.
Once again, we'd like to thank you guys all for coming. Thanks to Joel for the presidency of the TCCA and all that we do here to give back to curling. Most importantly, we want to congratulate all of you and everybody that came to enjoy this fun weekend. So with that, we will have the ceremonial limoncello. So, as our good friend would say, Hobber Dobber. Thanks, gentlemen. Thank you, sir.
Shaking hands over the Mississippi.
All right, let's go. Hobber Dobber. Good curling. Good curling. Good curling. Good curling. Good curling. Good curling. I always want to get in on this.
Oh, you were supposed to shake me.
I go right for the good stuff.
Testing. Yeah, it's working.
I know. I'm saving that for
I
you.
can't hear you though.
Yeah, hey, you know how to roll.
Yeah, it's because the board's freaking out right now. Yeah.
Nothing. Rock slot mark.
How about now?
Yellow.
How about it?
Yellow.
All right.
I can't hear myself.
Yeah.
Can you turn his volume up a little bit? How about now?
I can now hear myself.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the St. Paul Curling Club. We're at the Big Spiel Finals here at 1:45, 1:58 in the afternoon. There's a 4 o'clock draw after this, so it'll be interesting to see how that all fits in.
Yeah.
I curl at 8 later.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Are you going to stay here the whole time?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
You live close.
Not that close, but yeah, close. Closer than you. I don't like live in South Dakota.
Yeah.
I'm here with Scott Belovich. I'm Chris Liснey. The sheet 5 here, we have the main event finals.
Right.
Drews versus Wilmer.
Right.
You'll notice Wilmer has the funny hats.
Him and Nick Myers is third. I think Nick's playing third. And the Drews rink is somewhat local. University of Minnesota students, former Canadians, a couple, 2-3 of them. Very good curlers. Actually, the one gentleman here, not the gentleman skipping, but this gentleman in black, skipped the Gopher team to the college national championships in Chaska in 2015.
Was that the one I came down and saw?
I don't know.
We probably only had one recently, right?
Well, we did U18 national championships.
Yeah, but you only had one college.
Oh, yeah, only one.
Like Penn was there with my buddy Cody Klauser.
Yeah, Yale was there, and Penn, and a lot of heavy
contenders.
Yeah. Yale was terrible, but a lot of big name schools. It was super fun, and the Gophers prevailed. Actually, in a very good game, I think against Nebraska. actually. Anyway, that's past history. We're in the present time. Ice has been playing great here in St. Paul.
Control!
We have
Yep.
the
Whoa.
Wilmert rink
clean.
without hammer. Drews must have won the flip. Okay, I guess I'm on my own for a little while here. Oh my God. It's Dum Dum. Dum Dum's here. Good buddy of ours. Here to watch some curling. And away we go. We got a typical first end where rocks are in the house, and they're going to play a little hit game here, loosen everybody up. Not that there's anything big to play for, but you know, you're trying to win a bond Spiel with 96 teams. It's not an easy thing to do. They're going to probably play it pretty clean here for a little while. We might see this in the first and/or second end, and then I bet we'll start to see lots of rocks in play and a little more action. For those of you that are out there watching, I think this will be could be a really good game. I see it as going down to last rock. Or it could be a blowout, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if some mistakes happen, but the ice is playing very nice. Craig Zabotnik and his ice crew here in St. Paul have once again done a great job. And with the good ice should come some really good shot making. And like we've talked about, a lot of hits happening right now. It's going to be a quick first end and most likely a blanked first end. I don't have everybody's names from the Drew team, but it looks like Aaron Rodgers is playing for him. I don't know what he's doing here. He's supposed to be in Green Bay getting ready for a football game, I think. What time is that game on? Does anybody know? Huh? 5:45. 5:45? Something like that. Oh, that's late. Oh, here's the teams. Thank you. Tyler Drews is skipping. His brother Nick playing third. Wes Lexel is playing second, and Parker Abbott is their lead.
Did you get the Wilmert rink?
Mark Wilmert skipping. Playing third is Nick Myers. Second is Chris Dolan, and playing lead is Tim Solon.
Well done.
They've gone, both these teams obviously have gone undefeated throughout the play and are doing quite well. Good, solid teams on both sides.
Do you want me to run down who's playing on all the different sheets?
Sure, why wouldn't you?
All right, sheet one is the the finals of the seventh, whatever they call that.
Well, see, that's what we really got to find out, because that's the fun stuff.
You got to find out all the names?
The names of the events.
No, nobody cares about that.
Everybody cares about that if I care about it. What are you talking about?
All right.
Whatever.
All right, here, you pause for a second. I'll get the names.
No, Sarah, can you get the names of the different events? I think they're downstairs on the draw board. Would you do that?
All right, well, then I'm not going to tell anybody what they are.
Sarah won a bottle of Windsor during the raffle, and she's using that to hold her spot.
It's a 2019 Center Ice edition.
Yeah, it's got a green label, but I bet it's the same Windsor.
It's preferred Canadian whiskey of the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah. What's your preferred whiskey?
It's not Windsor.
I'd agree.
Yeah. My preferred whiskey, just everyday drinking, is Jameson.
Ooh. Isn't that the Catholic stuff?
I don't know.
Or is that the Protestant
I
stuff?
married a Catholic.
Did you?
She was Catholic, but then I married her. She wasn't Catholic anymore.
What happened?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't really have favorites, though. I like lots of whiskeys.
So do I. I like to experiment.
When I was a kid, high school, my aunt owned a strip club. And she'd get all these promotional items from the various distributors. And there used to be a T-shirt that had a basketball on it that said Windsor Workout.
Huh.
And so I had this Windsor Workout T-shirt for a long time, never thinking anything about it because not a big drinker when I was in college or anything when I got the T-shirt. And then I saw one recently and I was like, Windsor Workout. That's heavy workout, drinking all that Windsor.
Why the basketball, though?
Well, it's because they're working out.
Huh.
I guess. I don't know.
All right.
Maybe it's a joke. You want me to turn up Mark Wilmert's mic?
No, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's down low enough. You don't have to listen to him yell at anybody. Well, was this when?
Now this is right. Now, I remember this back to the college championships. I was pretty sure that you said that the University of Minnesota won.
Didn't they?
No, Penn won. I thought that they won.
Penn won?
Yeah, and we got it corrected right here.
Oh, well, see, I was paying attention.
Yeah, well, I went there to watch Penn, and RPI was there too. That's where I went to school.
Right. And Rensselaer.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
Oh, that's RPI.
Yeah, Rensselaer.
Polytechnical.
Polytechnic. All right.
That's where you went to school?
Yep. For 2 years.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you get kicked out?
Kinda. Couldn't afford it anymore.
Yeah.
All right. So now,
right.
instead of these cheesy jokes, instead of saying the joke, we're going to say the punchline, and you're going to guess the joke.
Punchline first.
Yeah. The best of times, THYMES, and the worst of times.
THYMES on that one
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
Something to do with spices.
Yeah.
It's not like what is the spice of life, because that doesn't really fit to the punchline.
Okay, there's a book that starts, it was the best of times, and it was the worst.
of times.
Yeah. Who wrote that?
I don't remember. It's a poet. Walt Whitman?
No, he's British. British.
He's what?
He's British. I think he was British.
British. I don't know. What is it?
What does Charles Dickens keep in his spice rack? The best of times and the worst of times.
Was Dickens a poet? No, he was pretty much an author, wasn't he?
Yeah, you're the one who said he was a poet. I told you he was a poet.
I'm not a real smart guy. The first one to admit it. I'm number one, huh? My buddy over there just told me I was number one. All right, back to sheet 5 at the St. Paul Curling Club. The main event finals of the 2020 Big Spiel. We are down to Skips Rocks. It's been hit and hit and hit and hit and hit and hit 15 times. And Mark Wilmert, the skip of the Wilmert rink, is throwing his last rock, I believe. Or perhaps it's his first.
Yeah.
But he is throwing a hit. Calling for a quick sweep on that one. He might have been a little tight. But now they're off it. Looks like it's going to be just fine, but it's going to roll out. That's nothing wrong with that. This is going to be a blanked end, I'm quite certain.
Tyler, what do you want?
Tyler Drews coming down to throw a draw into the house. See if a mistake is made. Or maybe this is the hammer. I think this is the hammer, so he's just throwing this through. So we've talked enough about curling for this end.
Mm-hmm.
What else is going on?
Well, I don't know.
All right, we got other games going on here. We got a Chaska rink on sheet 4. Some good friends.
Yeah, that's the second event finals.
The second event finals, the Hellstroms.
Versus the Allwinds that we broadcast earlier.
Yeah, that's right. And Derek Hellstrm throwing last rocks for the Hellstrm rink. It's him and his brother and his dad and a good friend of theirs, good friend of their dad's. And I'm sorry, I've forgotten his name. Derek's throwing a draw down. He's got to get full 4 and close to the button, and he's got a pretty nice looking rock coming if they can sweep it. Keep going, boys. Got to keep going. Keep going. Look at that draw by that young man. He is covering the pin on a fabulous draw and really nice sweeping by his teammates there. Great shot by Derek. He is the head pro. He's the assistant pro at the Chaska Town Course and an extremely good golfer as well.
Oh, could he give me some lessons?
He could easily give you some lessons.
What do you think he'd be willing if I dropped your name?
Yeah, for a fee.
Oh, well, that's not what I'm looking for. All right. We got the names of the events.
Thank you.
Oh, so on sheet 1, in the human cannonball, the 7th event, Mueller versus Boyle. Sheet 2, the Lion Tamer. It's 5th event. It's Doherty versus Podal. Sheet 3, 4th event, is the High Wire event. It's Clark versus Hagenbach. Sheet 4 is the Sideshow 2nd event, Hellstrm versus Alwyn. The Sheet 5 is the Big Top, Drews versus Wilmert. Sheet 6 is the Ringmaster 3rd event, Muleman versus Shaw. Sheet 7 is the Trapeze, which is Glesner versus Locke. Is that Lionel Locke?
It is.
Whew, he's always in finals, that guy. Sheet 8 is the Clown Car for the 8th event, which is Ostheimer versus DePiro. And then the 9th event is Cage Cleaner, and 10th is the Circus Bear. Yeah. So Monswall won the Cage Cleaner, it looks like, and the Fabulous beat Nash in the Circus.
Far Below beat Nash. in the
Far
circus.
Below.
Yeah.
Oh. Far Below is in the 10th event. Lucky man.
So there you have it. If you didn't get all that, it is a circus-themed Bonspiel for you new listeners out there that are just tuning in. The big Spiel played across the entire metropolitan area. 4 of the 5 dedicated ice curling clubs here in town. And a ton of fun. People from all over the country come in. We got folks from Houston. Got a bunch from Philly. Got some from out west. Number from Denver. Of course, your more traditional upper Midwest states are all represented strongly.
We have some from Blaine.
Blaine, Alabama.
Yeah, Blaine. Careful. I
Sorry.
went to high school up there. So.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you ever hang out in Arkansas?
That's where I went to high school. I know. Halloween capital of the world. You know.
I do know that. Yeah. They're the school colors, black and orange, or black and whatever.
They were maroon and silver,
Oh.
I think. Yeah, they were tornadoes.
Oh, that's right.
Throw a good one.
We'll have to do some sound effects today, like last game. That was fun.
Well, Parker's got a lot of listeners, a lot of friends on the chat line.
Who? Which team?
Parker
Parker.
must be an individual.
Oh, Mr. Dolan throwing third here, or second or third, I think. He's throwing second. He came up a little bit light and a little bit narrow. And allowed Drew to sit 2. Drew does have hammer.
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
Are sitting 2. And he's got an opportunity to come behind a corner guard of the yellow team here.
Parker's lead of the Drews squad. Had them hand write that for us.
He's not sure what to do here. He's thinking about peeling the yellow rock out. I'm not sure why he wouldn't just come behind that yellow corner guard, but he's playing conservatively. He can sit 3 here if he hits that rock, rolls to the middle, but the problem with rolling to the middle is if Mr. Dolan makes a nice shot, or if it's Nick up next and they make a good draw in behind there, created themselves a little bit of a problem. This is the second for the Drews rink, Wes Lexel. Why does that name sound familiar? You know why? Who was the guy in WKRP in Cincinnati?
Make a double here. Make something go away.
Steckel?
Maybe that's it. Les. Someone will chime in maybe.
You know, if you sang the theme song, it might
KRP.
Yeah, it might make me think. I might remember the.
I can't remember that theme song, to be honest with you. Les Steckel? I must be thinking of that. Leskel. Wes Leskel. Wes Lexel. That's kind of hard to say 3 times. There's a nice double by Mr. Dolan. He made up for his miss somewhat. There's only 1 rock in the house, and that is the Drew rock in the back 12. And Tyler calling for a nice draw out to the wing. Is this KRP?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
I can't play too long though.
Wondered
I get
whatever happened to me. Is it something like that? Ancient Cincinnati.
yeah.
Cincinnati WKRP.
Les Steckel.
Les Steckel.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Wasn't that our football coach too?
Yeah, I think so. Strangely.
Uh-oh. Oh, he came a little deep with his draw. He got 2 behind the tee line. Mr. Wilmer's playing this conservatively here early in the game.
Les Nessman.
Les Nessman.
Good old, the Alwins helped us out.
Thank you. Thank you. How's the weather in South Dakota?
It's probably what we're having right now. Oh no, they're a day ahead of us.
Whoa, you got to roll that over if they can. Not too bad. Pretty darn good shot there. Could have used a little more roll. I think they were a little disappointed at Mark's line call there. Could have been off that way easier, or I'm sorry, way earlier.
Joel and Solon doesn't work.
Here we are, the second end. We got no scores. They blanked the first. We got a little bit more action on sheet 4 in the second event final. We got some good guard rocks up. It looks like there's going to be a lot of play into the house on that sheet. Thus far, this game has been played very conservatively. We got a little soft weight hit by Nick Drews. Throwing a really nice shot there. Made sure he didn't jam it. Good sweeping. Those guys throw a really nice rock. I'm not sure where they're from originally in Canada.
I think Winnipeg.
I think it is Winnipeg, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
I
good
mean, if I
curls up
could
there.
judge by their drawl, they kind of had a Winnipeg, yeah.
All right, right on the nose.
It has kind of an A, but it has like a French thing at the end.
Does it?
Yeah.
Huh.
I know my Canadian.
Could you, well, where were you from originally? Where were you born?
Golden Valley.
Well, how come you're Canadian?
I'm not Canadian.
You were originally or something,
No.
right?
I'm married to a Canadian.
Are you? Fort Rouge. Fort Rouge. That's kind of French, right?
I mean, other than to prevent me from becoming running for president or senator, I'd love to be Canadian.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it either. I think if I had to live in Canada, if you had to live in Canada, where would you live?
I would live in the Maritimes.
Would you?
Yeah.
Out on the East Coast, huh?
Yeah, they have a cool music and culture out there.
Do they?
Yeah.
Is it hipster? Or
Nope.
hippie?
No. I think this would be like dorky. You know, like
Oh, you would
folk.
fit in perfectly there.
Yeah, folky. Yeah. Maybe I could be a goofy newfie.
Is that what everybody else calls the Newfoundlanders?
I don't know.
I think I might live on the West Coast, but you'd have to make a lot of money if I'm going to live in BC, right?
Yeah. Well, you could just open up an opium den. You'd be good at that.
No, I probably
Hit
wouldn't.
it or freeze.
No.
Hey, Belvich, I'm sliding down the edge of the ice instead of the middle. You see that?
That's why I wanted his microphone turned off. He's being kind to the pebble by doing that, though. That's nice of him.
I wanted to give him those joke cards. I thought he could take breaks and tell jokes.
In between ends.
Yeah.
Keep everybody loose.
Yeah.
Well, like we talked about, some rocks coming into play on sheet 4. This is turning into probably another blanked end unless a mistake happens. This one is tight to that. It's staying there. Nice shot.
Good drill, Mark.
He's going to stick around. Boy, Drew's had a shot at 3. They made a nice double. They had to make 2 doubles, I think, at some point in time, didn't they? Just the one. So Here comes Tyler throwing his first skips rock. They do have hammer. This game's really boring so far.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's got a good pace.
It does have a good pace. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
But as I've said before, if anybody else is listening, watching high-end curling, even for recreational curlers, a lot of very good recreational curlers, these games tend to be really pretty darn boring. The 5 rock rule is not coming to effect at all for this game. Hopefully it will in the third end. But mediocre recreational curling is a real fun thing to watch because anything can happen. Have you ever played ends, the gambling game in curling?
I have.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah. I sometimes play that well. Well, I play skins sometimes when I'm playing. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Except that there's times when like you can win the game but lose the money.
Right.
And that's
because you're
no
playing
fun.
skins.
Yeah.
So you want to explain to the listening audience how that skins game is played?
Sure.
Yep.
So what you do is you get a whole bunch of $1 bills. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's just basically whatever you play for. Say you play $5 a skin.
Yeah.
If you score 2, if you have the hammer, if you score 2 or more, you get the skin. If you score 1, right? If you don't have the hammer, if you score 1,
Steal one.
then you get the hammer. Then you win the skin.
Yeah.
If neither of those things happen, it rolls over to the next one and it doubles the stakes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it makes for an aggressive game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. It's fun to watch aggressive curling. I don't really like playing it so much, to be honest with you. I don't really like
You're more of a nuanced type of guy.
I guess.
Yeah.
If you say so.
Aggressively nuanced.
If you say so. This one might stick around, but nope. He's made a nice shot. Rolled out.
Great. Another blank end.
Blank end. It's 0-0 after 2. We could update some other scores or tell a cheesy joke.
All right, so this is the punchline.
All right. Got to guess the...
It was an ordeal. Or, O-A-R. It was an ordeal.
Why? Something about a guy buying a canoe.
Very close.
Why did the guy... what happened when...
Why did the sailor avoid the store with a big sale on boating supplies?
Because
it was an ordeal.
It was a big ordeal. That one was...
Yeah, that was very good.
I think the word... Here we go. We're into the third end, and Tim Solon boringly has thrown his rock into the house, and we're going to get more hitting. I don't think Tim intended to do that. I think he came about 4 feet heavy. So a little mistake there. But we are now looking at more hits. Let's talk about a different game. Lots of rocks in play on sheet 4.
Yeah.
Red sitting 1, and that would be the Alwyn rink for all you Alwyn rooters out there.
Yeah, no, Alwyn's, right, protected by all those yellows.
Yeah, they're in pretty good shape there, but if some way, somehow, Hellstrm can run that baby back, one of those 4 or 5 rocks up there, and it's going to be looking at 3 or 4. We will see. Derek's still got 2 rocks left. We're thirds last for Alwyn. An in-turn draw off the boards.
Sweepers are looking at it. They hit it.
This is looking really nice.
It's rolling over.
Drawing it wonderfully. And it looks like he's made a peach.
Nice.
Pretty darn good shot there. Even though they're only sitting 1 still, they've helped themselves out.
All right, good release.
I do believe. Not sure if Derek can make that triple run back way up high and get the right angles on those 3 rocks, but I think it's worth looking at.
I'm sorry?
Looks like he's going to try and draw through the port on the other side. Got that broom way out at the edge of the 12.
Situations like this would be nice to have a stopwatch.
I got one.
Someone's going to
In the
miss
car.
it. I really hope it's them.
Pretend.
And the other team's going to score 2.
Let's see what we get for a draw time on Derek's rock. Oh, I'm getting texts from various people making snide comments.
Normal.
Huh? Yeah, it's great. Let me get to my stopwatch here. We're gonna, oh, I'm late. I missed it. Derek doesn't waste any time in a hack. Is that a bandana he's wearing? It's like a camo bandana. But no, it's just a nice toque. Oh, he's got the little tap play here. Holy moly, what
Wow.
a fantastic
That's
shot.
quite the shot.
I tell you what, this game on 4, the second event final, is much more entertaining.
Just kidding. Getting close, yeah.
Let's watch that game. And can you guys just tune in to sheet 4? Swing those
Four
cameras
near.
over? No. This game sucks.
Matt, you can't switch it to 4 near?
Derek
Yeah, down
Hellstrm
here.
just made an angle raise to cover part of the button. It was a fantastic shot. And now Pete's got an opportunity to throw a double here, and he sees it, and they're going to play it. He's calling the right turn. There's some good shooting going on over here, folks. Let's see. I don't have time. We'll see when we get another draw. We'll
Oh, do it.
We'll critique Zabotnik's ice a little bit.
All right, we're going to switch it so we can watch this shot coming down here on the 4.
Pete's trying to throw an out turn in off.
South Dakota is really happy that we just switched to watch this shot.
I bet they are, but this game over here is way better. He's got to put a little bit of gusto on this rock. Here he comes out of the hack. And he is definitely
narrow,
throwing a little gusto on it. And yeah, he looks a little bit narrow. It really needs to move. It's moving a little bit. This looks pretty close. Oh, he did clip that rock, and he almost made the double. It just needed to curl a tad bit more. You out of here, brother? You're sticking around? My stepson, Brian Sparstead, saying hi.
He's got a Packer jersey on.
Yeah, well,
Turkey.
you know, couldn't raise him perfectly, but came damn close. He's next best thing. Actually, if he'd have been a Lions fan, then he'd have been perfect.
4 foot? 95?
This is a really boring game, so we've switched over to 4. Derek made an angle raise to the pin. It was fantastic. And now he's got the opportunity to score 2. Oh, shoot, I'm missing the draw. Start. Oh, I'm a little late on it. But, man, he covered the pin on the last end, and he's got a good feel for this ice. Oh, he's throwing a guard here.
You got her, guys.
Oh, he doesn't have hammer. That's right. Oh, he's got nice guard weight, though, and here it comes in. Sit down a little bit. Sit down a little bit. It's a fine shot.
Yes.
Good guard.
James.
Good brushing, guys.
Yeah.
Good job. What was that?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Perfect
The
weight.
whiskey fairy's coming by.
Perfect weight.
Now I'm starting to like that guy.
He's a good kid.
Yeah.
For any of you folks out there listening, Ryan Sparstead is a very good kid, good curler.
Yeah. He's beat me.
Doing a fine job in his professional life as a CAD designer for XL Energy.
I knew that, yeah.
Recently single.
So now, are they going to try to tap the...
You got it. You got it.
Oh, yes, we'll do that. Thank you.
Is there some
Cueing us.
inside humor there about the recently single thing?
No, it's now. No, Mr. Hellstrm handed us the sponsor sheet for the
All right,
big
well, let's
spiel.
wait till this shot. This is an important shot.
Yeah, here is the hammer on sheet 4. The hammer's coming down, and he's going to try and play a little double tap on his red rocks.
It's got a lot of weight.
He's got good weight for the shot that he needs to throw. I really think he might have made this. They're on it. They're sweeping. If it holds its line, looks like, oh, they're off it. That's a really good sign. And I think he's made this shot, folks. What a peach. Great double angle raise for 1. I tell you what, it doesn't get any better than that. You did 3 or 4 shots in a row of some fantastic curling on sheet 4 in the second event. Derek Hellstrm and Pete Alwyn are going toe-to-toe. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
And they have square heels because they're not, neither one of them's going down. They are just throwing blows back and forth. It's a heavyweight match.
We should check out sheet 5 now, far, because the middle sheet is really heating up. We're going to do a takeout here on this rock that's sitting on the side of the 4.
This will only be the 64th takeout of the main event.
Do you think they make
final.
it? Do you want to bet?
I'll bet that he does not stay in the 4-foot, that he's in the 8-foot.
Well, of course, he's sitting. Okay, I'll do it just for fun.
Okay. Buck?
Sure, a buck.
He's a little wide, but they are sweeping it. Yep, they're calling for the inside sweep, or outside sweep to make it curl a little more. Oh, I'm going to lose again. I think I'm going to be 0 for 3. Oh, where is that, baby? Oh, it's outside the 4-foot.
No, it's not.
Is that outside the 4-foot?
No, look at that.
It's biting the 4-foot?
Can't you see right down there, biting the 4? Well,
no, look at this one. I see white between that yellow rock and the blue 4-foot.
I don't.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I win.
All right.
I get $1 back. Thank you, sir. And Tyler Drew's throwing. I'm not sure if this is the hammer or not.
Clean it.
This
Cleaning.
game is so incredibly boring.
It's not the hammer.
Okay, there's a nice nose hit takeout. These guys are really good at takeouts.
You know what we should do is we should each put $1 in for every takeout until somebody misses it. And then the other person gets the money.
I'm in.
All right, I'll go first. Here's a takeout. I got $1.
Okay. We just do it one at a time?
One at a time. I might run out, but that's all right. I got $1 for this.
Well, we can get more change. There's a bar here. That's a great idea. So is a miss just a complete miss of the rock, or is a miss like where he has to stick but he rolls out?
That's why we have the 3 guard zone. But they don't want to use it.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's a breezer.
Yeah, that's what I think.
So then, all right. So if it's a breezer, then that never happens. So then we just split the pot. We just take our money back.
Mark just told me I was going to give him these joke cards. He said that he thought it'd make the game more interesting. All right, are you putting $1 up?
Yep, this is my buck. How do we know? Here, let's put it in the middle here, so we know.
So this is yours. So yours is, well, it's not always going to be the same color.
Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
No, what happens if sometimes they do a draw? That's
okay. He's got to roll out here. I think this is the hammer. He's trying to blank the end again, and he has made a little mistake and stayed in the house.
So he missed.
Now there is a point scored.
Monkey off the backs now, huh?
Boring game. We need to write it. Here, I'm going to do this.
Now let's see how you handle these.
Meanwhile, I'll read the sponsors for
It's
Bob.
in between end sponsors.
All right. Don't forget to tip your servers. Here are the sponsors. General Mills, Rapid Printing, Crooked Pint Ale House, Sticks and Stones, Firehouse Grill, Smart Broom Sweet Better, Red Cow, the Twin Cities Curling Association, Curling Zone, and Wander North Distillery.
Ooh.
The Brews.
Where's the Wander North Distillery?
Duluth, maybe?
Yeah.
The brews are Sisyphus, Prize, Bent Paddle, Utapils, Excelsior, Omni Brewing, Lakes and Legends, and Aloe Brewing. Never heard of Aloe Brewing.
Hey, oh my God, they're throwing a corner guard. Things are happening now. He's not hitting the rock that they threw in the house. He's going to actually throw a corner guard.
Yeah.
We're in the fourth end, by the way, folks, of the main event final of the 2020 Big Spiel. It's been blanked in the first, blanked in the second. It was the Drews Rink tried to blank it in the third, but didn't quite roll out far enough. And it looks like Mr. Wilmer has decided to throw a corner guard and try to generate a little offense here in the fourth end.
Tight, real tight though. Okay, that's good. Leave it alone.
Needs to
Do
stay
you think your
out of the
sign
house.
caused that?
Timmy.
I don't think anybody's seen my sign yet, but hopefully they will. I'm gonna have to take it down now though, because they're generating offense and they're actually curling a little bit. Sheet 4 has been much more exciting. There's been many rocks in play and some fantastic shot making over there. However, we just had a pretty bad miss there on a takeout by the Alwyn rink, and Mr. Hellstrm sitting 2 is an opportunity to maybe throw a, looks like he wants to throw the guard on a shot rock in the 4-foot. Good call here, early in the end perhaps. And without any waste, his brother Nate is out of the hack and heavy with his guard, it appears. And maybe even on that red corner guard. Oh, he's lost handle.
Real good one here.
Rock has quit turning, but it's still curling in the proper direction. And he might get a little rub and roll over. Oh, things didn't work out there.
Now here, this is the takeout, right?
Oh yeah, this is your dollar.
Although there's 2 here, so do I get double if it?
No. You're just trying to complicate things.
Clean. Yep. Yeah, Chris. All right.
Nice double by Tim Solon, lead for Mark Wilmer. And here's another hit. Oh, what a fantastic game this is. I got to get out.
Oh, what a wonderful game.
Here, I got $2 in now.
All right.
So you owe the next 2. Our pot is growing.
Well, should we just go to 5s and 10s?
No, I only got 1 of each. I didn't go to the cash machine.
Here. I don't know how this works, but.
Well, there was 3 in the pot, and I owed $1 on this hit. So do you have change for 5?
I'll use my miss here. All right, so
do you have change for 5?
no.
So then I got 2 extra bucks in there, so you owe the next 2.
All right. So then, all right, so here's the takeout.
You pay this one, and I don't pay the next one.
I feel like I'm getting jobbed.
Well,
that's all right. Come on, Chris.
Tim, control up.
Uh-oh.
Tim.
delicious.
Tim.
Caramel flavor.
Uh-oh.
The
Uh-oh.
ice maker fell asleep behind us.
Oh, shoot. That's my fault. My fault.
All right, so he made it, though. But he swore, and then he felt bad.
My fault.
Mark's not the best line caller. I used to curl them a little bit. Used to drive me crazy on draws. He'd wait and wait and wait, and the draw would crash. He threw a good shot. It's like,
You know what, and if you're not a good line caller, not that I'm a good line caller, but if somebody's not a line caller, it's so easy to just be like, oh, you threw it too wide or you were narrow or whatever.
yeah, no. Typically, it's more. It's a team game, right?
Is this a tick or what is this?
No, they're just kind of peeling the guard and try to roll into the house and
So
stay around.
Does that count as a takeout?
It's actually a really tough shot, and it was a well-thrown stone. That was a great shot. That was. I could see Mark's disappointment that it didn't go out.
Hey, what did you think? Did that count as a takeout?
That was a takeout.
All right, so now I'm putting $1 for this shot. Then.
Yeah,
and then
so
we're even.
Now we're even.
Now we're even.
Now we're even. And sheet 4, we have
those ones out. These takeouts on the far side are
the Hellstrm rink sitting 2, in a good shape. Derek Hellstrm, the skip, his fiance is sitting with us, Sarah Rose. Now, aren't you guys engaged yet? Huh? Future fiance, she says.
Wow. You got that down for sure. That could go either way.
Wow, that's generating a lot of conversation right now.
We should just make it official right here.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, she's turning red.
Make a big sign.
Yeah.
Will you marry me?
Yeah. Ooh, you can do that right here. There's the curling club.
All right, you got to put $1 in.
Is this another hit?
Yeah.
What a surprise. I just got to get my dollars out and leave them out. All right, there's another buck. What's our pot up to? $8 or $9 now. We need a breezer. So I think the only way we're going to get a miss is like on a pick. Like there's going to be a big long hair out there.
What happens if
short
there is no
curly.
misses? We just have a big pile of money in the middle.
We all take it, or we spend it at the bar. We could do that.
On Beetle Breezers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too much fun.
Oh, I got to put $1 in. Another takeout. See, I don't like these ones back in the back of the house. Oh, this one's kind of floating.
It's kind of
floating out there.
He's got
I don't think it's going to make it. Oh, just got it.
Just barely got it. Right on the nose. Just barely hit it right on the nose.
It was a pro side hit.
The Hellstrm rink is looking at a draw. Are they sitting 2? Someone's in the way there. I can't really tell.
You got to put another $1 in there.
They were sitting 2. No, you're up.
No, I just put it in.
God, I think I'm getting jobbed.
If you look around the room and you don't see a sucker or whatever.
Oh, we might have to call the rollout just to start. But no, not yet. We got to wait for a breezer. All right.
We just carried over till the next match, the international.
1, 2, 3. There's $10 in the pot all of a sudden, and that's only been one end. So if we average $10 an end, and we're in the 4th, it could be $50 before we're done.
Sorry, guys.
We have to borrow some money.
If it's not in, keep going, guys.
Oh, they got to keep going. They don't want to leave a high corner guard, and that's unfortunately what they're going to do, and that could generate 2 for Team Drews. Punchline.
Oops.
It's time consuming. It's time consuming.
Remember Johnny Carson?
Yeah. Sarnak says.
Yeah.
Or Karnak.
Karnak. It's time consuming. So I wish I had as sharp as mind as Johnny Carson had, because I'd say something really funny right now. I don't know.
Why shouldn't you eat a clock?
Yeah. Bob Hellstrm says this is a reenactment of the 1979 Silver Broom, where they didn't have a free guard zone. So you can just hit.
Hard, Sergeant, go.
And the whole purpose
Keep going. Come on.
of the new 5-rock free guard zone was to generate offense, and this is not what's happening here. However, a mistake by the Wilmert Rink's third, Nick Myers, leaving a high corner guard, allowed the Drews rink to draw under it into the back 8, back 12, which is going to force Mark Wilmert with his first rock. And he does have hammer to follow that down and sit shot.
The second event is interesting too. It's down to final rock, I think.
is it for, is he
Yeah.
drawn for 3? I do believe Derek Hellstrm is, and he's had fantastic weight this whole game. So I'm going to say he will make the shot. Let's see if we can get a time on it. No, we're not going to
1
do a time.
Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
I always say 1 1,000, 2 1,000. I don't use Mississippi. I think this is a fine shot. They got to sweep it just to make sure. Come on. Yeah. Look at that draw weight. Right to the 4-foot. Great shot by Derek. Boy, I tell you what, guys have played for days on end in this thing, and they're still really look fresh and curling really well.
I feel bad for the South Dakota curlers, or people are tuning in. Their team is down now, right?
They are down
4-1.
Oh, he did get him for 3 there. 4-1 after 3 on sheet 4 in the interesting game. Now this game is getting a little more interesting. We actually have 1 rock in the house and another one soon to be under that corner guard that was mistakenly left by Nick Myers.
So why did they throw another one up there?
He meant to draw down to it and came up light, I'm sure. They're going to just kind of split the house here in a sense to force 1. I'm not sure why he didn't come under that guard again, but and it would have made it a little tougher for Mark, perhaps, but maybe not. That's a good shot. I thought he'd come over about 3 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet, closer to that yellow guard, and he would have left more of the house available, but if he could have got that into full 8 under the guard, it does put a little more pressure on Mark to get into the 4-foot.
Wow. Look at the sweeping.
Derek's got his lead in the house, which is a good thing, with a 3-point lead. He's got his lead rock in the house. Pete calling for a hit. Here comes Mark Wilmert's draw. Got to get around the center guard. They're calling hard line, and they're able to hold it out there quite nicely. Room, they got room. Don't quit on that line, because here it comes. Nice draw by Mark, and very good sweeping.
Oh, my gosh.
Good sweep, guys. 1.
Good sweeping and a real good line call by Nick Myers there. That was a great line call.
It didn't have to be that close.
Didn't have to be, but didn't matter. They
so
made
do I
it.
win then?
No. We haven't had a miss.
I was just thinking I might have won that.
Okay, now we'll change the sign from boring to not so boring.
All right, 2 pistols here, Mark.
I don't think anyone are paying attention, or if they did see it, they're not too happy about the sign.
4-0.
So.
05.
Oh, we got a takeout.
Hey, we got a football game on. Houston pounding Kansas City. I think this is an upset right now. In the first quarter, they're up 21-0.
Must have had a couple turnovers, right?
Must have been. Maybe a defensive score.
Maybe special teams.
Yeah.
Takes 3 phases of a football team to win it.
Did you ever play football?
Nope. Well, I had that little video game football.
I remember that.
Yeah. Did you play football?
I played up until 9th grade.
Tight end, right?
No, my 9th grade, I was a receiver growing up, but in my 9th grade year,
Defensive back.
I was all of about 95 pounds. And my dad was scared to death because I was a basketball player, and he didn't want me to get hurt from basketball. And so I was captain of the kickoff team. And I was a reserve defensive back, and I did have an interception one time as a reserve D-back.
That's unlikely.
It was fun. I remember it.
They would have liked 2 more feet.
That was it.
Yeah, until I punted through.
Ooh. Almost had a miss. Good takeout there. On sheet 4. The Drews rink. Trying to come under the center guard that Tim Solon, the lead for Mark Wilmert, left.
Whose turn is it to put the money up?
It's a hit. It's yours.
That's it, are you sure?
Yep.
All right. Flop, huh? Board!
Got a hit coming up. $11 in the pot. Should be playing this at home if you're not.
Yeah, we'll share. If we would have done it from the very beginning.
Oh my God, the pot would. I don't think I'd have enough money. I didn't, like I said, I didn't go to the cash machine. He's got a sweep. Oh, this one could be tight. Oh, he needs the roll. He's going to roll a little too far. Good shot.
Just what we were looking for.
Here comes another hit. Oh, God, guys. Way behind the tee line. Why don't you make a draw?
It's your
here?
dollar now, right?
Yeah, here goes my buck.
Those behind the tee lines are a little more risky.
Good sweep on that last one.
I don't know. I got to break my 10 with 2 5s and then break a 5 with 5 1s. Might have to run to the bar. Get 5 1s. Ooh, rollout. Maybe what we should do is if your dollar goes in for the hit and they roll out, you get to take your dollar back.
Yep.
I don't think that's a good rule.
Put the broom down.
Do you know the song by Ludacris, Roll Out?
Nope. I might have heard it. I wouldn't know if it was him or not.
I'd play it, but.
Can you sing a little bit of it?
Well, it goes, roll out, roll. I've got my. Well, yeah, it's a. I can't sing it.
Is it about a car or something? Like he's rolling out in his Cadillac? Or Ludacris is a rapper, right?
Yeah.
Lot of room. Stay close now. It's anywhere. We're there. We're there. It's got everything.
Mr. Dolan with a draw. He's going to be in the back 4.
Good.
Nice draw. Good shot. Right behind the button. And he's going to force
This is the tune.
Tyler Drews. He's throwing a hit. Whose turn is it?
Oh, it's my. What? Is he hitting the guard?
Yeah, he's trying to run back.
75.
Still a hit, right?
I guess so. But how do you judge success?
Well, the only reason we pay out is on a breezer. That's what we said.
Yeah.
He's going to miss the run back and allow for some new action to happen.
This is the tune.
All right, here we go. Ludacris. I like it. Kind of like the melody. What are they rolling out?
He's talking about he's got his Glock 40 locked back. Yeah.
That's really not supposed to be that funny. But I'm going to ask everybody that's in the listening audience, when that came on, did your toe start tapping? Because I know mine did.
Oh, yeah.
That was kind of hard not to. Fine guard thrown by, I think it was Nick. Perhaps it was Dolan. Dolan threw a nice.
Oh, is this another takeout? It's your
nice
turn.
guard. All I got's 5s. All right, so I'm again same thing. I'm in for 2.
All right.
So I don't pay the next one. I'm sure there'll be more. Here comes the run back double once again.
Uh-oh. It's gliding left.
He made it this time.
Oh, and
Really
doubles
nice
it.
shot. These guys are some pretty solid curlers. Hey, this is what I don't get about these local.
You like under the guards or out in the open?
So this guy throwing for, this is Wes Lexel. He's got a Aaron Rodgers jersey on. By the way, did you know you spell, Aaron Rodgers? You know you spell his first name E-R-I-N, right?
No, it's my
Aaron?
wife. My wife spells her name.
Yeah. Most women spell it E-R-I-N.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a joke, but thank
Oh,
you.
was that the punchline?
But he has Aaron Rodgers Packers jersey on, but what is his hat?
Twins.
He's got a Twins hat. Right. Yeah.
He's a confused child.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's either,
Oh, that song is still playing.
Stay scrawny or devote yourself to soda. But that's just me being surly.
All right.
Sweep, guys.
Nice draw by Nick Myers. It's your dollar. I don't have to pay my next one. We're up to 16 bucks in the pot.
What is this? It's got a Canada.
That's a Goodwill.
A Goodwill wallet?
Yeah, when I did the Goodwill, this is from 2004.
Huh.
This thing
impressive.
is 16 years old. Still holding up. Put that in my pocket. Nice hit by
Roll out.
Nick Drews. You have to cue that up if someone does roll out on their hit. Well, we should kind of check in with some other games because this has gotten to be very boring again. I'm going to change my sign again and scratch out the not so boring.
Oh, now you don't put $1 in, but I don't either. This is as if you put $1 in.
Right. Now this is
sheet 4 is.
now this is back to boring.
That's good. That's good.
Sheet 4 is, the Hellstrm rink has done a nice job of setting up a force of 1, most likely, on the Alwyn rink. For those of you that are more interested in that game, which most of our listeners I do believe are. Hellstrom's got the house split in the 12-foot, sitting 1 and 2. And
So now is this my dollar?
I think so.
All right.
Now we're even. Now I go back to paying. I swear we're going to need a big old short and curly out there to get under a rock and make it pick. And that's the only way we're going to get paid.
Maybe we could split the money with the guy throwing the rock.
Think he'd go for that?
If it's big enough.
Control or normal?
$20 versus the glamour and prestige of winning the big spiel?
How much money do you win if you win the big spiel?
I don't know. I think you just get a slap on the back and a
hearty
pin.
handshake.
Hearty handshake.
A tiara.
And
Nice.
a pin. Mark's big into pins. He likes pins.
Scarves.
Pins and scarves. He's left-brained.
Oh, now this is yours, right?
Oh, that's got to go. That's got to go. Nice shot by Pete.
This is your dollar. This is a lot. This makes you pay attention now. Tim just went clean the path there.
You South Dakotans, Pete just made a fine draw to sit shot, and the mostly 8-foot, and offered the opportunity on a rock that over curls to jam. But the way Derek Hellstrm has been playing, I think he'll be able to execute this shot through the house.
Yeah, but there's a chance though that he could.
Always a chance.
Yeah.
You were not this. You were not this.
His future fiancée is very interested in this shot. Here it comes. It's curling nicely. And yes, he has executed it perfectly. Sitting 3 now. And covered up his one rock that is behind the tee line. So he's forcing Pete into a full 8 or 4-foot draw.
Is this mine?
This is yours.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's going to curl just fine. But he's
Roll out. Roll out. got my Glock 40. Cocked back.
Roll out.
All right. I'm going to just
Roll
take
out.
all this money.
Why? We're up to $20 now?
I've got an extra dollar in there now.
All right. You sure about that?
Yep.
Okay, well, we don't have to pay here because it's a draw. Here we go. Pete's draw is coming over the hog line. They got to sweep that rock. They waited way too long. Come on, get her going. Keep her moving. Keep her moving. And he's come up light. And, oh, that was a mistake by the sweepers there. And it has allowed a steal of 3 for the future fiancé, Derek
Now, would you really
Hellstrm.
say that was a sweeping error? Like, it seemed like it just was too light.
Well, were they sweeping it the whole way? I didn't think they started sweeping until like the near hog line into the house.
Yeah.
Should have been sweeping that out of hand.
Yeah.
Oh, and that puts a dominant lead on the board for Derek. He's stole 3. He's now up 7-1 after 4.
Not a big deal. Just get 4 and then steal 3, and you'll be fine.
Oh, it's going to be a tough go. It's a quality rink. Calling for a rock into the house. All right. So now we move on to the main event. And we have kind of a broom in place here for Tyler Drews to throw a soft weight hit or to that yellow rock that Mark Wilmer.
Now, does that count as a hit?
Oh.
I don't think so.
And is this my? No, okay. You said no, so we won't count this one. Whose turn was it?
Yours.
Was it? So I would have won the money? You're not answering.
No, if you would have, if he hits it, you would have. It would have.
Roll out. Oh, it did roll out. Nice shot. Blank end. Let's get back to the boring sign. Make sure somebody sees that.
Somebody should get you a big Sharpie, so you can actually read it.
They've been killing my sweepers. I put a little
Boring.
juice on that one.
What's the best award to get in the sun tanning Olympics?
Ooh. The best award
to get in the sun tanning Olympics.
Tan award. I'm trying to put together onomatopoeia.
Yeah, well, just think about what are the awards that you can win in the Olympics.
Gold medal.
Yeah, or
silver medal.
Yeah.
A bronze medal.
That's right.
Thank you for the cues on that one.
Yeah.
All right, we're into the 6th end, right? Of a 1-1 game. And I've got one for you.
All right.
I'm going to give you the punchline.
All right.
You can Karnak this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a pretty easy one. Bucks. Look at me. Bucks.
Where do pirates drink coffee?
Yes, that's it. High five.
Yeah.
Excellent job.
It must be how you told it.
If we did the $10,000 pyramid, it's kind of.
Yeah, we wouldn't win.
I bet. Maybe I just need to be the cue giver.
All right, now whose turn is it with the
hits?
It's your turn.
It's my turn.
And I owe $1. Or no, I put an extra $1 in.
Yeah.
But this might not be a hit. Oh, yeah, it's a hit.
It's a hit. And this could be a miss because we got a center guard up there.
Yep.
And if he sets this rock at all, it could go by the red rock. Who wins the pot then? It's my $1 in. Hey. Hey, who wins the Who
I
wins
do.
the pot? Why? It's my dollar in.
Yeah, this is your rock.
You just won it because he is wide and it is not out of the house. Sweep that rock. Sweep that rock. It's not a breezer though.
I just had a taste of Dirk's finest cocktail syrup. Have you ever had this before? It's finest cocktail syrup in Minnesota, made, handcrafted in small batches, bottled by hand.
Is this one of our sponsors? No. Oh, okay.
Think. All right, well, that was easy money. Easy money.
No, he didn't breeze it though.
Yep.
We said it had to be
Okay.
a breezer.
All right.
I don't know if I like that or not. It's kind of
It's too sweet. It needs more whiskey.
Yeah. But it's not like it's kind of dry. It's not like super sweet.
Freeze.
It's not bad.
All right, we're still going.
Freeze, right?
Oh, now we're getting aggressive. We got a freeze call here for the second. Chris Dolan. He's going to try to freeze down on this rock around the opposite side of the guard.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, well, for the angle, it does get the angle right, somewhat. Still got to make it. They're on it, sweeping it well. Coming over the near hog line. Here it comes.
It's kind
They
of
like
dying.
they like the broom, and here comes the curl. It's finishing over there. They need all of it. He's right. Keep sweeping, boys. Keep it. Get it into the 4-foot. Can they get it to the 4-foot? No, they're a little bit light, but not a terrible spot to be. Oh, this is aggressive. He's calling for a little tap out.
Now, does that count?
Yeah, he called for the hit. Calling hack weight.
So that's my dollar.
This is your dollar.
Well, I had $1 in.
Okay, this is your dollar. So if it's a breezer, I win.
Yep.
21 bucks, I might be able to get home.
I think we'd all win if you won.
Uh-oh. What happens if he crashes on the guard?
I think that counts.
That counts as a win?
I think so.
Because I just won. He has crashed.
Well, unless he rolls out. Yeah. I'm not quite sure why that would be any different than this one down here where we just tapped it a little bit out and didn't even go out.
Well, so he hit the object rock on this one. He didn't breeze it, which is what we had said.
Right, okay.
He didn't really breeze this one either because he wrecked on the guard.
Yeah, but that's a pretty obvious.
I don't mind.
What's
I
that?
don't mind the open one.
It was a good wreck. It was the pro side. Right. It was a pro side wreck.
Yep, just sit right there.
So just being the kind of the guy I am, I'll let that go.
We should clarify these rules in the future.
Well, they get a little mussy when you. So this is a hit, and this is my dollar. And now I think I might be out of money.
Roll out. Roll out.
Oh, I think I got more money.
Yeah.
Mark is yelling at Tim a little bit.
Need change for 5. You got all the money. Got 4. You owe me a pay in there.
We were nosing the rock, weren't we?
Here's 5 right here. Oh, but now you don't have any ones. Okay.
What do you think about hitting that one over there?
Bumper up.
I'm not watching the game. I don't have any idea.
Oh, now this is a hit. Now is it my turn?
Oh, they're sweeping that one too. He's just going to get a piece of this. Roll out. Now it's my turn.
$2 change. Thank you very much. I got my name on there. A little sticker on the side. Fine, you want some more? Just give me a call.
So I'm in for 2 here,
All right.
so you know. I'm paying 1 and another.
Is this mine or yours? No, it's yours.
We're up to 25 in the pot.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right. It needs to pick to help me out.
Hurry! Hurry! I just get mixed up.
Oh, boy. He just got about an eighth of that rock. I think we're going to put the boring sign back up.
Now it's starting to get some negativity out there on the ice.
Oh, there's going to be a fight.
Is there a rock out there or no?
Very soft on my release.
No.
I was very soft on my release.
That, yeah.
Nick knew he was a little soft on his release, didn't have a lot of rotation, and that causes a lot more curl.
Easy. Easy.
Just wants to be in the somewhere in the 12 or 8 and above the tee line, and he is there. Very nice draw. Well, this game hasn't been very entertaining. There's definitely been some good shot making. Guys throw nice stones. They have good weight.
All right.
Well done. We have another hit, and the pot comes up. Someone go throw some sand out there. Maybe we'll miss.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's fine.
You know, I like putting a little drama into the...
For the fans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
Here comes my dollar.
Where is it?
I just dropped it right here.
Dollar right there.
I just put it right here. This is another hit.
All right. How did you get all that money?
I had an extra 5.
I think that this is your second free one.
No, I just put $1 in. Stop it. Okay, here comes the rock. There's no sweeping or call. It must be right on the button. Looks pretty good. It's going to roll to the edge of the 12. What's happening? We'll have to, after these last couple rocks, we'll update you guys on the various other sheets and scores. We got some tied games. We got some, well, we got 1, 2, 3 games that are tied. A couple other games with 2 to 3 point leads.
Oh, what's the score? 1 apiece.
1-1 after
Sappa
5.
Carlson wants to know that.
Sapa, not Sappa, Sapa. Chaska
like
curler.
Frank Sappa.
We've never had all 8 sheets going this late in the finals.
It could have been that we started late.
No, the games are closer than they've been in the past.
These games are all pretty tight. Bob Hedstrom points out this is the latest. All 8 sheets have still been going on.
No roll. Sit down. Sit down.
Mark made the hit, but he has rolled out. Was that your dollar that was supposed to be in there on that one?
Oh, it says that the score, yeah, I put it in. It said the score doesn't show on the live. Oh, it does show. All right. Thanks for the conversation, Zappa.
Stop curling. Huh? Stop curling.
Well,
I have to tell you, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable with the amount of money that's in this bet.
27 bucks, 28 bucks. Why do you feel uncomfortable?
I know, it's just a lot of money.
Is it?
Yeah. Should we donate it?
To
Charity.
which?
I don't know. Let's think of a good one.
Okay, we got time to talk about it.
Maybe the St. Paul Curling Foundation.
For those of you that don't know, what is that?
St. Paul Curling Club Foundation is a nonprofit foundation that is put to preserve this beautiful building and do education. So you can give all your money, extra money, and do all sorts of good things.
This draw by Tyler Drews is slipped through the house, just out.
Roll out.
I would put a biter stick on that, however, because Craig Zbotnik installed this ice, and I'm sure It's a little swanky from side to side.
We don't have biter sticks here, do we?
Yeah, we have biter sticks. We did it. Yeah, they're down on the other end. I see you hanging there.
I heard when in the shift over between the 11 or 10 o'clock and this draw that you created that plastic rock thing. That
Rock runner.
The rock runner.
It's 3D printed, yeah. Yeah. Super light. So
Yeah.
normally us ice makers have these big, heavy wooden rock runners.
And so you don't use them.
Well, you got to use them sometimes. League play, probably not as much, but
They
other
did
times.
tonight. What does that do?
Crushes the pebble, speeds up the ice.
Tim!
But anyway, yeah, we had those 3D printed.
And I heard that it came about at a sleepover that you had
Whoa, 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 whoa!
at Craig's house.
Here, whoa, whoa!
Is that true?
Are you hearing this from him?
Good sleep.
No.
Good sleep.
I think I might have heard that from David, Mr. Warch.
Oh, I don't remember that, but possibly, yes.
Yeah, he said that you guys were
Usually if there's a sleepover, it means one thing.
had a bunch of good ideas.
Second event is over. Mr. Hellstrm, his
this a-
father Jeff, and his brother Nate. What's the other? Norm. Yeah.
Is this your dollar here?
And Norm have won the second event of the big Spiel. It's the first game to end in the finals.
And they
Second
get a
event.
special pin for that, I think.
I bet. Uh-oh, he's going to wreck on the guard.
Not a breezer though.
And one yellow. All right. The punchline is 10 tickles. Say it fast.
10 tickles.
Say it faster.
10 tickles. 10 tickles. What makes an octopus laugh?
Ah! I am the cue giver. You are the smart one. That is correct, sir.
Nice.
High five. Well done.
I was going to say something about my grandma, but 10 tickles.
All right, one more while we're hot.
All right.
Okay. Pass. Huh.
Yep.
This is going to be a tough one, but do you want the punchline or do you want the joke? You might have a little more luck with the joke.
Tight.
Yeah, do whatever which one you want.
Why do cows have hooves instead of feet?
We're fine. We're fine.
Why do
We're fine.
cows
We're fine.
have hooves instead of feet?
Okay.
No idea.
Because they lactose. Everybody like that.
Oh,
one.
that's a good one.
Giggles all around here.
Yeah.
All right, back to curling.
I gotta go.
All right, maybe we should just. Where's the pot? Are we even on the pot? We'll just leave the pot as it is, and then we'll go back and forth on the shot. It's like it's my turn. If they miss, if they breeze it, I win it. The next hit, if they breeze it, it's you win the pot, right? Same thing. We just discontinue putting money in, or would you like to continue your money putting? You were concerned about how
Are you afraid?
I'm not. I'm just looking out for you a little bit and your feelings.
No, I appreciate that. It wasn't about the money. It was about I felt like we were being like grossly, like frivolous.
Well,
There's people that need this money.
my sign that says boring
Back four.
that's showing to the curlers is probably grossly frivolous. I'll take that down.
Back four.
Now we've got some
Back
action.
four.
We've got a
Back
center
four.
guard.
Yeah.
We've got one on the button.
Back four still.
And we got Tim
Back eight.
Solon
Back eight.
drawing
Passed.
a little heavy and wide. And he is going to be in the back 12.
He's going to get yelled
back
at.
8. It's It's a little unfortunate. He'd have been just fine if he'd have been a little tighter. I think he just got it out there a tad bit wide. And this is going to allow for the Drews rink to really start to possibly generate some offense. And I can tell you, Chris Dolan's going to be throwing some pretty heavy hits. We're playing the 7th end, and it's a 2-1 game.
That's
Here
insane.
at the finals of the 2020 St. Paul Curling Club Let's Cure Lupus Cash. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not that one. It's the big
We
Spiel.
should cure lupus,
It's
though,
the
right?
big Spiel. Oh, no.
My houses are elliptical, they're not round.
The Whiskey Fairy just showed up again. And the Whiskey Fairy says that his houses are round or elliptical.
Elliptical, yeah.
Not, what do you say? Elliptical,
Not round.
not round.
That's good.
They didn't put a biter stick on that one, by the way. What do you think?
So is this my dollar?
Yep. We'll say so because there's a good. I think he's gonna wreck.
Good chance that he's going to miss it.
He's gonna wreck.
Back 8.
It's gonna wreck. I think it's gonna wreck. Yeah, he's on the guard. Quarter of it. And with hammer
That's a pretty good split.
and sitting 2, they're gonna throw a top 12 guard here on the center line.
They're both on. It's an interesting split. Not far up. They're both. Yeah.
And they are definitely generating some offense. We might see our first deuce
Maybe.
in the game.
Back line for sure.
What are you doing over there?
Back line for sure.
I was cashing out a 5 for 5.
I'm not buying it.
I've got more interest.
Sheet 6
Probably will this time, yeah.
is the 5th event,
Third event.
3rd event, 3rd event, which is the Ringmaster.
Ringmaster.
And that's a tight game. We were supposed to update you guys after that last end, but we failed to do so. Center guard goes up for the Drews rink, and it's in a pretty darn good spot, showing about half of the second scoring stone.
So now this is your dollar, right?
Mark Wilmert has called for the same shot, basically. He needs to get one of those stones out and hopefully nose the top red one to stay on top of them and look at starting to force one.
Board!
He's throwing a little more weight. Chris Dolan has down about the same line. Oh, he's fine. They can get off it. Yeah, they've switched sweepers. Here it comes. It's curling a little better right now. It's going to roll out, and he's only going to remove neither stone. Ooh. He's moved them, but he hasn't done a lot of good.
Yeah, I need a little more weight.
I think if I was Tyler Drews, I would probably throw one up more on the intern side of that center line and create what is known as the Christmas tree effect maybe, but he's chose to throw the outturn side, which would be just fine if he can get to the inside of his shot rock in the top 4.
Kansas City scored 3 touchdowns in 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
In the first quarter? Oh, no.
In 3 minutes.
Oh, my God. So they were down 21 zip, and
It's
now
24-21.
24. 3 touchdowns in 3 minutes.
And 24 seconds.
24 seconds. They must have got a turnover. Or 2. The Kansas City fans are going crazy right now.
I have a double.
Here comes the draw by
I think it's lined up
Wes
for a double
Lexel,
now.
the second.
Yeah.
And they are sitting 3, but they've offered an opportunity for a double.
Nose is great. Normal. I'd like to throw normal.
Can the people tuning in hear the guys on the microphones, right? Not just us. They can.
Yeah, they can hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this yours or mine?
I'm out of money. No, I'm not. I'm out of ones. I'm out of money. I'm out of money.
Well, then I win by default.
You win by default. Pretty nice double there. Great shot by Nick.
They seem to be disappointed.
Well, they thought he might, I think, push that
The back one, eh?
Yeah, push it at least into the 12-foot.
All right, are we done with the game?
I don't know. I'm out of money, so I think we are until I get to the cash machine or borrow some.
No, that's all right. Let's just call our game.
All right. We'll see if someone breezes it from here out. So now the next hit is yours. If it's breezed, you win the pot.
All right.
Is that all right?
Is that this one?
Is this a hit? No, this is
Doesn't look like a hit.
This is a draw.
Wow. Look at that, sheet 6, 4 stones. That's about, you could probably fit about three more stones in that blue part there.
In the 4-foot?
Yeah. There's 4 down there now.
So should we ask the people to check, how many stones can you fit completely in the 4-foot? Completely inside the 4-foot. We'll let the.
I think there's 7. Like there's 4 over there. You couldn't fit more than 3.
You can. Let's see if anybody chimes in. How many stones can you fit completely inside the 4-foot? That's your quiz of the day.
14.
Can I or can't I?
Curling quiz of the day.
I think you need to.
Those that know.
I think it's 7.
I think it's 7.
I mean, you can draw and get to here. I don't think you're going to get to here.
We'll see if anybody
Oh,
are
Aaron
listening.
thinks it's 9.
Aaron?
Yeah,
Where's
with Aaron of Aaron Rodgers, Aaron, AARON. 9 in the 4-foot.
9, huh? Well, it's a little light.
I think I like this better.
We'll just say that.
Throw hack.
And we can show you at the end of the broadcast. We've done this before.
And never gets old.
He says with extreme sarcasm.
All right, is this a hit here?
This is a hit. It's your hit.
All right.
Breezer is what we need, a short and curly to get under a stone. And $30, 31 bucks? 31 bucks is yours.
That means somebody over here.
Oh, look at this. It's good. Oh, he's trying to hit the back red one. Oh, they are on it. You know, oh, the tick. And moves it over.
Wow.
Beautiful. That was a fine shot, regardless of the tick.
All right, I'll take the money. I put another $1 in, so it's 32. It's even. That means we both put in.
Okay.
We must have been off one.
16.
Yeah.
Is that it? That's pretty good math.
Yep.
That worked out beautifully for the Wilmot rink. Did you know that the louder you yell during a sweep call, the more likely it is that you'll make the shot?
I know.
No.
That's true. So you might, try that if you're at home next time you're curling.
I do think that sweepers sweep harder if you yell.
Louder?
Louder, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's always a good thing, but.
This
he's going through the hole
same
too.
Shot by Nick Drews, Skip Tyler's brother. And this looks beautiful on its own. It needs to curl up just a tiny little bit. Oh, he made the same click.
Oh, and it's breezing right by.
That's yours. I think. Is that mine? Or is that yours?
I don't know. I don't know if we have so many rules for this.
I don't know. He didn't hit object rock.
Right, and we have a rock we can use on it.
I think that's your money.
No, but why wouldn't that be the same as wrecking on a guard?
Well,
we
that's
just gotta
what he
get to
did.
here,
He
right?
did wreck
Yeah,
on the guard.
that's the same thing, and we've been saying that wrecking on a guard doesn't count.
So Mr. Wilmert is definitely in the driver's seat now. He's sitting 3, 1 in the back 4, and 2 in the 8-foot. As you can see, he's going to try to plug that hole and keep this.
So the further I get down, the harder it is to.
I You can hear Mark there, and he's absolutely right. He's got you can't protect both sides, right? You can't guard both sides, so he's chosen to guard this side. And if he buries, that would be very good. And sit top 4 behind that red center guard. That would work out wonderfully for him. Or just sit in that hole in the top 12 and protect shot rock, but that will allow Tyler the draw on the intern side.
Scott Lambrecht says that it was last year's quiz as well, and he doesn't remember. It's a lot, he said. Maybe 14?
Is that what Scott says?
That's what Scott says.
Well, we can let a couple other people guess if they'd like. Needs to roll over. Not too bad there. Not too bad at all. Could be a possible triple there, but that would be extreme. You're down to skips rocks. What do you do here? You got hammer. You're looking at 4.
Could he draw down on top of that red in the back?
He could do that, right? And then what happens?
Well, then he'd probably come down on top of it. Or no, he'd probably raise his up into yours.
Could do that.
But Mark doesn't make all his shots.
No, he doesn't. None of us do.
What would you do?
With hammer here, I would be tempted to throw that hit on the rock that Mark just threw. Get him off the 4-foot as best as possible. And hope that you can make the draw then for 1. However, if you're going to make the draw with your last rock, which he's probably going to have to throw, I would think with his last, then you might as well try and get your draw weight down now. And draw to the top of that yellow rock that's behind the button. So I didn't really make a decision, did I?
No, you did not.
It's called good commentary. It lets everybody at home sit around and go, those guys don't know what they're talking about.
I think that's a disclaimer.
On the website?
Yeah. Steve Rooney says you only need to fit one rock in the 8-foot. His.
In the 4-foot.
4-foot, yeah. Oh, no. I guess they're saying draw down. Everybody on the chat is saying they should just draw down.
Draw down. Get your draw weight down. Get your draw weight down.
But this way, so now this would be my dollar.
Right. This would be your dollar.
So I have only everything to lose. Except there's no way you can breeze this.
No, this is, if he breezes this, you...
No, you would win.
Oh, I would win. Okay. Well, for all you armchair curlers out there, he's throwing the hit to open up both sides and hopefully leave his rock. His intention here is to leave his red rock up there to use.
Very nice.
Which he kind of did by rolling over on that intern side.
And he replaced the one in the back with another one.
Yeah, which is higher into the button than his original yellow rock was.
I say we go right there. What does he do? Well, he tries for the double. Right? I mean, you go right there. Actually, here's better. That's better because if he plays that, you can't go anywhere. Well, here's good. Then he plays that for 1. Here's a slash for 2. I think you come to here. If I come to here, that's good.
We're listening to Mark and Nick discuss the call.
Yeah, I'd like to be right there.
His
Because then he doesn't have that.
his best shot, I think, is
I agree.
top 4, top button. He really needs to sit. I think he's only sitting 1 here. I think that red rock in the top 8 is second counter.
Oh, and you notice he's sliding right down the center.
Jeez. Hopefully no short and curlies fell out.
That's right. Well, this isn't a hit, so.
Because it might pick then. So it's a good lesson for you curlers at home. Always slide down the outside of the sheet in case you leave some hair behind or lint or something from your pocket that the rock could pick on. when you're playing to the middle of the sheet.
Room.
Here we go.
Room.
Mark Wilmots' rock looks a little tight, but it's staying out there with the sweep very nicely.
Can't hurt it. Can't hurt it.
Trying to get into the 4-foot over the hog line, curling into the house. Here it comes, and they got a sweep. Keep going, boys. Keep going. They're calling him off. And he is sitting second, but he has left an open rock for an easy double. They needed that rock to curl more.
Yep.
And he has left that rock open for an easy double, which could result in 2, I do believe, for the Drews rink. That red rock in the top 8, I think, is sitting 3rd at this point. And it didn't take Tyler Drews any time at all to decide on the shot to throw.
I can't see it on the.
I got it up here on the monitor.
It almost looks like the yellow one. Well, no.
I think it's red. We're going to find out in a little bit. But Tyler Drews put that broom down immediately, and he's back to the hack. And this game isn't so boring after all as these later ends. They're getting more rocks in play. And here comes Tyler. He called for sweep out of hand.
Whose is this?
Parker Abbott is sweeping hard. And he has made a beauty of a shot, folks. Very, very nice. That rock just unfortunately didn't curl enough for Mark Wilmer, and it left that double open. And it is worth 2.
Hey, where's the boring sign?
No, I took it down. It's not so boring anymore. They're actually playing with rocks in play. And
My fault. I got too aggressive. I'm not second shot. It's either that or you keep sweeping it and get it another 6 inches tighter.
Because this is the punchline.
know, right?
Because he couldn't see that well.
see that well. Give me some
Because
cues.
he couldn't see that well.
Thank you. That's a little better. Because he couldn't see that well.
That well.
That well.
Yeah, like that well.
Why did the farmer, rancher, why did she, he, that's what I said, why did he, because he couldn't see that well, why did he,
Oh, 5, yeah.
couldn't see that well. He couldn't see that well.
Why did the man fall in the well?
Because he couldn't see that well. I didn't think it'd have anything. All right, one more try.
Yeah.
This is punchline. It was Parmesan, but it might be pronounced Parmesan. It was a Parmesan.
Something to do with hairstyling.
Yeah.
Why did the hairstylist eat at the Italian restaurant?
Why did the cheese have curly hair? It was a Parmesan.
I'm not very good at this at all. You're better at this.
Maybe you're better at prompting.
Well, I think you're just smarter than I am, and you get it. Oh, we're not going to go there. I mean, we got a lot of South Dakota viewers.
Back line. That's good.
We're getting dirty joke cues from our customers around. But we better be careful.
Oh, we got a little blank end commentary going on here. Scott says, will curling ever eliminate the blank end by transferring hammer after a blanked end like they do in the skins format?
Hold on, I'm
No.
working.
I like that, though. Except that would force everybody to have to score 1. What statistically is being down 1 with the hammer a tough spot to be in?
Back 8.
I'm sorry, say again?
It's open now, though.
So Wilmert's down 1 with the hammer.
Yes, well, in this game, it seems extraordinarily difficult to score 2 because in 7 ends, we've had 1 2-point end, and that was in the 7th, the last end on that fine double that Tyler Drews threw on the small mistake that the Wilmert team made by coming a little deep and wide and allowed for the double when they had the steal kind of set up. So scoring 2 for Mark is going to be difficult here. It can be difficult for him to score too many points when he's playing against good curlers. I can tell you that from watching him play and remember them playing with him in club nationals and club states. And
He's more of a defensive guy.
Just plays with the hammer a little different than most. And if the other team doesn't make mistakes, he rarely scores more than 2, if 2. So we'll see.
But his name's up on the wall over there.
Yeah, state club championships. Yeah, done a nice job with that.
Gotta go. I think we gotta go here.
They're calling for a sweep.
Gotta get by.
Little tight and perhaps a little light. Looks like he's gonna get by the guard. But they need top 4. Keep her going, boys. Keep her going. Don't stop now. Keep going.
We're there.
Yeah, we don't want to bury too far. No.
That's a real nice shot by Chris Dolan. Right to the top of the button. Very, very nice shot. And they are creating a possibility for 2 here. Down 1, playing the 8th with the hammer, Mr. Wilmert.
Oh, they're going to do a takeout?
Back 8, he's not trying to remove the stone as much as just move it off the top of the forefoot. That's really the plan. He doesn't need to take it out. He just needs to get it out of the forefoot.
You don't need any more beverage.
No, I'm fine. Thank you very much.
No.
Hey, congratulations, Mr. Hellstrm. Fine win. Dominant win. You were throwing fantastic rocks. Some really fine shot making. It's a pleasure to watch. Oh, man, I tell you what.
I thought you're
I
congratulating
think
him
you
on
might
the
be better
engagement.
curler than golfer all of a sudden. I don't know. Huh? Really? I don't know. Nice game, boys.
Gotta throw the guard.
Well done, Nate.
He's got the range. Gotta throw the guard. Yeah, you gotta throw the guard. Yeah.
So he asked for back 8 weight there. What happened?
Yeah, it ended up front 8.
1, 2.
Oh, ice might be changing a little bit as this game gets into the 8th end. Those guys have been having fantastic weight control. That's kind of surprising. Chris Dolan trying to plug up that hole, I assume. It's just a guard at about a number 3. You know what would be a 3 guard, Mr. Lisney?
What did I tell you earlier
2,
about
3.
this? So that's in front of the 12 foot,
2.
right?
Yeah.
2.
They're calling it a 2.
So this is a 1.
Yeah, it's about a 1-2. Could have been a little deeper. That's not too bad. He covered up some of that hole. I think to force Tyler to call a shot on that in-turn side for us righties. It would be the in-turn side. You know, he thinks he can get through that hole. Not a bad call. He's got plenty of rocks here. And he's going to open things up at the very least.
Isn't that the outturns?
Well, this is the outturn side.
Yeah, so does this count as a hit?
This does count as a hit. But he's not going to breeze anything. I can guarantee you that. He's going to wreck. Or he's going to make it, and this is close. Holy moly, what a shot. A nice run back through a tight port. Great shot by Nick Drews there. Wow. Fantastic. Perfect weight. They never even hardly touched it with the broom. And while Wilmer is still sitting 2, or I'm sorry, only sitting 1 now, he has the opportunity to draw down into the top 4 and sit 2. They're calling for a 95-second split or a 3:95, 3 seconds 95, 3.95 seconds, I'm sorry, between the back line right now and the hog line right now. And that 3:95, if he's on his numbers, should relate to about 25.5-second ice, which is fantastic, considered world class. But he had pulled the string on that one. Oh no, they are in trouble now. There is a port through there to get through and hit shot rock and sit 5. Oh boy. That was a bad mistake at a bad time by Mr. Myers.
By a bad man.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Feels like I'm flying out of there.
I think he just pulled the string on that rock when he came out. Said he felt like he was flying out of there, but was afraid to kind of let it go, and I think he pulled it back a little bit. Nick Drews, who just threw a peach with his first rock, is coming through the port again, and I think he's made it. No, he's clicked. Oh, and he's given. Oh, and a little slop happens. Hence the reason I really don't like curling anymore. There, right there, that reason alone. Although I shouldn't say I don't like curling anymore, but when slop like that happens, it's really unfortunate. Doesn't seem fair. And it's not. It's just not fair.
Life's not fair, Scott.
That's true. Thank you for putting that in perspective.
I'm taking all this money.
That's really good, but we lose the back line.
It's no longer boring.
No, right, yeah, okay, yeah. Just the back line.
All right, so how does he manufacture 2 now? Everything's changed. And that's what makes this game so great, right?
Yeah.
So what does he do? He's only got, well, he's got 3 rocks left. I agree. He's got to move that over.
It's wide open. Yeah, you got to make him throw that port. It's a hard port.
4 skips.
But I like going down to it and just moving it a foot. If we flop, we want to flop over here.
Right. That's absolutely right. They could still be sitting second if he makes a real nice backline weight. Yeah, there it is, backline weight. Just move that red rock into the 8-foot or back 8-foot close to the out back 12. Roll over to the other side of the 4-foot, which unfortunately they would be behind the tee line most likely, but it's kind of there, and they could still be possibly sitting 2. Tough shot coming up for Nick Myers. What do you think?
Well, I wouldn't throw this shot.
What would you do?
I would throw. I'd be wrong, but I would do. I would try to pop that out to the side and roll over that way. You'd probably lose your shooter, but I'd get that out of there.
The shot rock.
Oh no, then he'd get you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you lose your shooter, then you're wide open. Here comes Nick. Intern side, lets it go. Better release, good rotation on that rock, but it has got a curl, and they're waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for it. He needs a little click here. Oh, he's just got out there way too wide. That might not be the worst thing to happen. Might not be the worst thing to happen.
It just hangs out there a little. That's what was happening with mine, too.
I think
Throw a guard here?
a guard wouldn't be a bad idea. You got to make him waste one rock, right? If he can make him waste one rock, if he throws a guard here and makes Wilmer try to run back,
Corner freeze the top rock on the inside.
he's got to throw another guard after that. If he corner freezes to the inside, that wouldn't be such a bad thing either. I think he's planning on something above the house here.
What happens if he just ran those all back and got the yellow out in the back?
Well, if the yellow rock, number 4 rock, sits on top of his rock and the yellow rock behind his red rock goes away, it offers Wilmer the chance to run his red rock right out.
And then you could run his yellow out.
Any more guesses on how many rocks fit in the 4-foot?
Corner freeze that top rock. Cut down the size of the 4-foot for them to draw into.
Here comes
And a run back.
Tyler's rock.
Your red rock.
He's got that out there a little bit too, where they're mentioning it likes to run a little bit straighter, but with this type of weight, it's curling in wonderfully. And they are bringing it over, keeping it moving. Fine shot. Real nice guard, and he has created the run. Run back. We'll see what kind of bag of tricks the jester has in his pocket. No, I said bag. He's got a bag of tricks in his.
I got to draw.
What?
He's got his tricks in a bag.
Tricks in a bag.
He's got.
Just normal.
Yeah.
You don't have to pound it.
Yeah.
Right?
And this is what he's trying to do.
Run back. Got to leave both sides open.
Really unfortunate there when that shot was missed and slopped over, because they were looking at 2.
Yep.
Or at the very least 1, which would have created some bonus curling, which would have been fun if we would have had an extra end. I'm not sure we're going to get to an extra end. A couple of good things are going to have to happen for the Wilmot rink here, but there's definite possibilities with this run back to create a tie score. He really only needs 1 to extend this game, obviously, so let's see what happens. Here he comes. Staying off it.
It's got to come over.
It's got to come over. He's going to run that over the top of everything. And he's going to have to put that guard right back. Tyler's on his way down the sheet. Knows exactly what he's got to do. And if he throws the same shot, it's going to create a difficult way for Mark to score 2 for sure. And my guess is he may go for the win on the angle raise with his yellow rock over there. And just go for the gusto. But we'll see. This rock definitely looks like it has a little more weight than his last guard that he threw. This could curl a little bit more. It's pretty good. Good shot, good shot. Just fine. They can make the draw. Or
No draw there. I mean, that's a really tight draw. If you get by the guards, you might even get to that one.
he could play the, well, Mark's left-handed, so his out-turn side, he really could tap his number 4 yellow rock in the top 4 to the button. That angle is there with simple back 4 weight. The angle is there and the draw possibility is there. It curls well enough. I like that shot. I like the tap on the 4 versus trying to come through the port, which would be on his in-turn side being left-handed, but that tap is there. Don't you think?
Yeah, not for me though.
Why is that?
Well, I just
You're a little down on yourself today.
That's just tight.
yeah, well,
Yeah, I mean, you got to play so tight.
I've seen you make fantastic
about the
shots
outside
all
rock.
the time when
Yeah.
I'm down here.
all the time. You're not down here enough though.
When I am. What would Dex say? That's a good question.
So they're going to run that back.
Yeah. Running this back is not the shot. I sure hope he makes it because I'd like to see a bonus curling.
Because, yeah.
Going normal?
It's nice to see people with gesture hats make shots.
And curl in general.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. The last rock of the main event of the big spiel. Mark Wilmer coming out. He looked like he possibly set that thing a tiny little bit. And that
Yeah, a little wide.
coming up, coming up,
Forget it.
coming up. No, he did get it out there a tiny bit. Boy, I really would have liked to seen him make that tap. Good game. Game over. The final is 4-2. Drews wins the main event of the big spiel. Good game.
Yeah, it turned out to be a good game.
Just letting you know, though. I mean,
Never had a repeat champion.
So on sheet 6 we have a tie
Ooh, we do.
coming down.
In the 8th.
Yep.
well, pretty good weekend. Solid.
Yellow has hammer.
Weekend, man.
What game is that?
Shots.
That's the third event, Ringmaster.
I got to mute the other mics.
The sevens, if I would have not told you guys over.
Maybe
three
Matt
times
can do it
sevens,
for
I
me.
Probably would have got one there. Hey, I haven't done it.
Thank you.
Well, I'm exhausted. So much drama. Lots of money on the line, but we all get it back.
We'll just split it.
We just split.
It was a lot of drama for nothing. Should go get pull tabs. The nickel around here?
I hear next year a new president starts at the St. Paul Curling Club that's talking about bringing pull tabs into the club.
Next year, they already know who the president's going to be next year?
They do. That would be the vice president of this year.
Oh, Eric?
Eric, yeah. Mr. Ordway will become president.
And then things are going to turn around.
Yeah. Why would they need to turn around? Everything's fantastic here.
Everything's up to date in St. Paul Curling Club.
All right, we got a run back happening. Are we staying on this game?
Yes.
All right. Sheet 6. What time's the Packer game on? 5:45?
Yep.
What time is it?
4.
4 o'clock.
That's their 4 o'clock draw starting right now.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, you're going to see a bunch of people coming right back onto the ice here shortly for the 4, 6, and 8
Might
games.
not, though, because we'll take the computer down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sunday night curling is right.
We should pass those around for shots.
There's nothing in there.
You know.
That's just an additive.
Chris?
Yes, sir. Is it a punchline?
This is a tough one. We're going to pass. This is a good one.
It stays dark all night long.
Would you like the punchline?
Sure.
This one is Gouda, but that one is feta. So I'm going to give you one more cue. Hold on. Right? Here's the punchline. This one is Gouda,
Gouda.
but that one is Feta. What does feta rhyme with?
Better. Yeah. Good and better.
What did the cheese salesman say? This one is Gouda,
Oh, but this one's.
but that one is feta. As in feta.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to give you one.
That's a tough one.
I'm going to give you the punchline.
Okay.
At launch time.
At lunchtime.
Launch time.
Lunchtime.
Yep. Yeah. At launch time.
What did... No. It wouldn't be what. It would be... What time did the shuttle... Something with cheese and an astronaut?
Astronaut is in the answer.
What time? No.
At launch time.
Is when the astronaut ate some cheese.
When do astronauts eat? At lunchtime. Launch time.
Well, I was trying to relate it to cheese because there's cheesy jokes.
Yeah, well, it's cheesy by itself.
All right, you're right. That's all right. KC now has the lead.
Wow.
28-24. We should have taken the over on this.
They're going to be demoralized.
This game, if you'd have taken the over, you probably covered at halftime.
What does a chick become after she's 7 days old?
Does this have to do with cheese?
Nope.
Okay. What does a chick become after she's a chickpea? No. Chick.
It's a groaner.
What does a chick become after she's chicken.
8 days old.
God, that is a groaner.
How do aliens hold their teacups?
Got any guesses? How do aliens hold their teacups? I don't know.
On flying saucers.
Of course they do. That's an easy one. Now, take a break. What's going on in sheet 6?
Well, we've got some thinking happening.
Is anybody watching still?
Yeah, we have 32 viewers.
Wow. I think they're just enjoying it. Are they waiting for the how many rocks are inside the 4 foot?
Potomac and Philly hammering it out on sheet 6.
That's right. Anybody waiting on the 4 foot guess?
No.
Okay.
Well, nobody says they're waiting for it. You know, I always think we should just splice that in. We should have that video ready to go, and then we could be like, yep, and now we're going to go do that.
Well, we've done that, so there is video out there of
Yeah.
it. But I would suggest
And then we
this.
could put music to it.
I would suggest this. Go to your local curling club. Have a beer. Go out on the ice.
Steve Rooney's waiting.
Go out on the ice and see how many rocks you can fit completely inside the 4
I
foot.
think it's 7. I mean, completely in.
Completely inside. Jim Dexter taught me that. God love him.
How many times do you think we mentioned Dex in this?
Not enough, to be honest with you. For those of you that may or may not have known Jim Dexter, he's a 40-year employee of the St. Paul Curling Club, coach, mentor to many, including myself, for 14 years of working here. Jim unfortunately passed away last November, and he's greatly
That's
missed.
the answer? Oh, apparently we did this last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's the boring sign?
On my forehead now. Boring.
And it's
That is correct. For those of you that really want to know or don't care, 14 is the correct answer. And if you don't believe us,
that seems unbelievable.
if you don't believe us, go to your local curling club and then take part in a Learn to Curl and learn about this fantastic sport and all the wonderful people involved in it, including Mr. Christopher Linsey, sitting next to me, that spends so much of his volunteer time setting up this webcast.
I do all the work all the time. That's all I do.
Well, and we have Adam and Matt.
They don't have their headsets on, so they couldn't hear the.
They couldn't hear the kudos.
Yeah.
No, those guys do a great job as well. Without them, none of this would happen.
Actually, Matt.
I'm the lucky one.
Matt and Adam, they spend a lot of time in the summer rewiring it, putting new cameras in. They do a lot of stuff. They put all this stuff in.
Right. They've done a tremendous job.
I spend my time in the summer up my cabin.
What do you do up there?
I do a little fishing, smoke some cigars.
Yeah.
I do a little work.
Yeah. Remotely. But your cabin is on the Canadian side, right?
It is.
And so when you're working remotely, do you have like a hotspot? Or
I do.
Yeah. That what happens?
And apparently there's a Canadian law that they say, like, as soon as you, so my hotspot costs $50 a month.
Not bad.
Yeah, but as soon as you get over a certain level, it bonus bills you.
Yeah.
But they shut the hotspot down, and you have to call them to say, I want to go over the bonus, you know.
Yeah.
And it says, like, per Canadian law, we have to stop.
So it is a Canadian company. So
Yeah.
does Ruby burn a lot of your hotspot time?
No.
No.
No, we have internet up there. It just isn't very reliable. So it's good enough for YouTube makeup videos.
Canadian wireless is not very good.
Well, no, we're just in the middle of nowhere, and we have like we have a point, what they call it, a point-to-point network, where we have a little antenna, and they aim a signal to us.
Yeah. Is it a little disc?
Yeah. Well, it's actually square.
Oh.
Yeah, it's square.
Well, we're down to the last rocks in a tie game. And sheet 6.
The draw's there.
The draw is there. He's got to just get a quarter of the 4-foot with the hammer.
Doesn't seem like there's a lot to think about.
Well, they're going to think about it, though, because that's what curlers do.
7 sheets, played 8 ends.
7 sheets played 8 ends. Never before, never again.
On sheet 2, we have the Ann Podol Rink from North Dakota finishing off for their game in also a tie game.
Oh yeah, she's down to she does not have hammer.
No, Ann does not have hammer, but she's not sitting one. It looks like she's trying a run back on sheet 2. Not that anybody can see that. We can only see sheet 6, so we should probably stay with that because this is the hammer.
But everybody likes Ann Podol.
Ann is a very nice young lady.
That's the.
I'm not sure she's been feeling so great this weekend. She seems kind of bundled up and cold and hot. Cold and hot with her, like, I think she might be a little under the weather. But anyway, here comes the rock. Yellowstone, it's the hammer. It's got to be into the 4-foot for the win of the third event, which is the Lion Tamer. Roar like a lion.
Roar.
Good one. Here it comes. Here it comes. It needs to curl. It needs to curl. It's got the weight. It's got the weight. Will it curl enough? Will it curl enough? Oh! And he is an inch out from winning that game. What a fantastic shot. What a great finish. Handshakes all around.
Well, we might as well call the very last shot here.
Who won?
Yellow, red.
Shaw or Molman. One of the two won. Well done, well done. That was a great attempt, a great draw at the end.
I don't understand why they're throwing the last rock here on sheet 2. Am I missing something?
No, there isn't. This is the first rock for the team with hammer, I believe.
Oh.
Oh, and that rock is dirty because that guy is, I think he's got a piece of sandpaper on his fingertips to make this rock curl a little bit more.
We're going to try to switch it to sheet 2.
Have you ever done that?
Sandpaper?
Take a little sandpaper and stick it to your middle finger. And when you need a rock to curl a little more, you pretend like you're cleaning the rock, but you're actually sanding it a little bit.
Oh, that's good.
And it will curl that extra half foot.
That's a pro
for you.
tip.
That's the Phil Necro style of curling.
I do always have to carry an emery board.
Don't ever do that. I'm just kidding. Here it comes.
If I do, I will say that you told me I could do it.
Okay. This game needs to. Oh, that rock. Oh, that picked. But it picked in a good way. Hi, buddy. Hi. That would be Tim Doherty's rink, looking to secure the win against Ann Podol. And Ann does have hammer here. At one point, Ann was up 5-1.
Yeah.
And has allowed this game to get tied at 5 with a steal of 2 and a steal of 1 in the 5th and 6th. And she does have hammer, and she has the shot here. There's a rocket. Her opponent's rock is in the back 4. So she has backing to draw to the button and even give it a little bump. I'm afraid they got a lot of broom out there. I hope it's not too much broom. There's no reason to be light here.
Well, unless you have too much broom.
Here comes her shot, and they've been sweeping it the whole way over the near hog line. Here it comes into the house, but a lot of rotation on that rock. Too much weight, and it is going to slide just by the shot rock. A little too much sweeping there, and that's the end of the last game.
The last game of the last event
of
the Big Spiel 2020 at the St. Paul Curling Club.
Christopher,
it's been a slice of heaven. We'll see you around. I'm so glad you rubbed your nose just before you shook my hand.
Well,
all right, ciao, everybody.
Ciao.